Good morning, pregame crew. How are you doing? It is Wednesday, August 10th. It's CPI day. We have CPI data in 8 minutes. Incoming volatility anticipated in 8 minutes. Good morning. It's 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. You're at the pregame show. Welcome. Audiovisual check, please. I'm going to say hello to my friends, and I'm going to do a little housekeeping. If you're tuning in later in the day, why would you fast forward at all? Just listen to all this crap, okay? And I'll try to make it good. But if you're in a hurry to hear the indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day later in the day, you may want to fast forward to this at 6:30 down here in the far right corner. Good morning, Andre, Greg, my friend Night Truck, Luciano, Terror Vision. Interesting name. Hey, Train Man Dan, Willow Puff, Bobo, having a throat issue this morning. Sorry. Hey, Mary, Ralph, Chris, Patrick, my friend Lisa, and Topher, Basque, Duke, Anonymous, Joey, thank you, Luciana, Casey, morning, thanks, Roger. Hey, John, Rick, good morning, good morning. Consumer Price Index, that's what we have happening on the HAPS in 7 minutes. In healthcare, I'm going to drink a little water. In healthcare, when we would write contracts for new doctors, physician employees, we would say your raise is going to be, let's say they started out at $200K for 2 years before they became a partner, and then they're going to get a 5% raise each of those 2 years, plus the CPI escalator is what we would call it. And basically it's saying, we want you to make the same amount of money you're making now and have the same quality of life. If next year the cost of eggs and milk and everything else goes up 3%, you're going to get the 5%. And if CPI for that year as a whole was 3%, then your raise would be 8%. So effectively your raise is the same because we're giving you more money because essentially the COLA, or cost of living, is higher. So cost of living adjustments, COLA, there's LIBOR rates that people will base loan escalations on, and then CPI rates that people really base a lot of salary escalators and or COLA. So that's why CPI is important. We want it to be low. We want to go out there and milk be the same or just relatively tiny bit higher and not exponentially higher. So we'll see what the market thinks of whatever the data is. Okay, Mr. Big Bubble, whatever you say. Oh, I got behind on saying hello. Hey, Secret Spot, Costco, Bobby, GRX, Amir, Eli, no, hi, King to you. Yeah, I just need to know the what's behind your name, TerraVision. I just have to know, or you probably don't need to tell me. Irish. Hey, JOAO. I don't know what happened the other day when it deleted your comment. I'm sorry. The bot, we have a spam bot and it's really sensitive, and if there's a lot of all caps, it will delete it, but doesn't mean that we wanted to delete it. Yeah, hit that like button, please. Now let me go back and see if I have any chart requests. And I may skip the chart request in general and give you ES levels to make sure that you're ready. So we have, on the 4 hour, you have a resistance level at 4155. So if you look at all these light gray marks, they are support and or resistance. You may want to mark up your chart if you're a futures trader and you want to trade this reaction. If you want to trade it, you may go ahead and mark up your charts and then go into the 1 minute. And again, when you're trading any type of geopolitical news or economic data, when you're trading that, it is for ninjas only. You can get your face ripped off pretty quickly. I hope you all enjoyed Dan's open house yesterday. I will be doing a webinar next Tuesday on the new futures that have been launched. Now it's a very low volume situation right now with the new 6 sector futures. However, I'm just going to cover futures in general and just kind of give you the lay of the land so you can be more comfortable. And we're also going to offer a member discount next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. I will do a futures webinar. I will chitty chat with y'all for a bit, and then we'll give you a discount if you're interested in membership. Either way, it should help you in navigating futures. RDFN. We live, baby. That's right, Cookie. Hey, Crazy Mort. This is your first time? So they had a daily inside bar. We have not. Did we break the low of yesterday? Hit 1063. 1063 is your low of yesterday. We have a daily inside bar after they had their earnings. We have a gap. Nope, no gap. I'd be careful. It gave a lot of, well, let's define a lot. Don't guess, Lori. We're smarter than that. Let's do the math. Oh, it could still be a bull flag. That I did not get that eyeball right. Okay, CPI data is out. Or we're getting, no, it isn't out, but we're getting a pre-reaction. I see ES popping out the side of my eye. So we're getting a pre-CPI data reaction. Back to Redfin. I'm actually shocked I didn't eyeball that one correctly. So as long as we hold yesterday's low, I would say we have a daily bull flag possible if we hold yesterday's low. Oh, never live. Hey, Crazy Mort. Well, either way, we're glad you're here. We're glad you watch. We just love that you're here. Good afternoon, Crypto Lamb. Morning, good morning. Back to ES. And remember, gold, the dollar, typically will have volatile reactions to large, important economic data like this, just as much as the indices. So the dollar is set up bearishly now, but we do have an hourly double bottom at 105.90, 105.89. They're trying for a double bottom here, and we got oversold ever so slightly. But now we do have news that could impact this, but the most likely scenario is hourly low or high on any bounce. Hey, Nab. What's up, Francisco? What's up with you? Slow devil. I'm surprised the spam bot didn't get you. That's funny. You have a great sense of humor. Kudos to anybody who can make a girl laugh. Hey, Samwise, how are ya? Good morning. Okay, here we go. Whoa, that's somewhat bullish. We will post the data as soon as we can. This is going to be a short here in just a second. This is massive.
Order filled.
Sorry about that. I just shorted that. Let's see if I get stopped out.
Order filled.
What did it do? Okay, I got a quick $10 scalp off that. And what we're looking for is we don't want FOMC to get pretty aggressive raising rates. So that's why this is so important. This provides guidance to FOMC as to whether they should or should not raise rates. Aw, you're welcome. Isn't it interesting how the world and God, whatever you want to call it, karma, just gives you what you need in the day? Hey, Bobo. Okay, so this looks like a daily bull flag. We got over the high at 41.88 from Monday, but we only got over it by $4. Careful for a potential double top. Careful. $4192, $4188. That's a double top. Let's go look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ, we did not get close to Monday's high of 13419. And I have this in my notes as a double top at 13384 and 13419. And we're not close to that right now. Okay, now we are getting a little bit more follow through on ES. This is getting more convincing now. 1 minute RSI is up at 89. If you're long up here, be protective. This is getting frothy. But it is news related, so it can go a lot further than we think it can. All right, now let me go back to my notes, find the chat. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. Thank you, Bo, for adding that in there. 42.0225. That is the level. That's the weekly level that we have not broken through at bull break. NASDAQ got it. It got over that 12945 a few weeks ago. Let's see, 2.5 weeks ago, it got over it. ES, we're right here. Tap. We're knocking on that 420225. That's the key level we must get over in order to break the weekly resistance. So let's go back here. All my notes that I have typed up are pretty much trash now because I was looking for a 6-hour lower high on all the indices. But I did note, if you see these arrows here, that we were holding the 50 RSI. That is a bullish setup. When you are coming back and testing the 50 RSI from overbought situation, it's typically a bullish sign, especially when it holds this clearly. The only one that didn't hold it was RTY. Look at NASDAQ. We're holding that 50 RSI. YM holding it, approaching overbought now. But then look at RTY. The RTY? No. It was YM that was the weakest. Sorry about that. Well, none of them are really showing it now that we are popping so hard. So 4.2, let me go to ES. Weekly level that's so super important, 42025. We're knocking on it right now, 42025. Hourly is overbought. And hungry bulls that missed this move are waiting for a pullback. And again, we are overbought already on hourly, but RSI means a whole lot less when it's news related. Okay, bulls are large and in charge. Now, let's go give you some more levels. On NASDAQ, we have that level from Monday of 13419. 13419, that's your next resistance on NASDAQ. On any pullback, you have plenty of room for higher lows on ES, NASDAQ, RTY, and YM. Okay, we're rejecting at that 4202 area right now. We're rejecting. Okay, now they're predicting a 50 basis point hike instead of a 7.5. Let me put this in the room. I'm trying to monitor our chat room. I'm trying to monitor our YouTube chat room, so y'all just bear with me real quick. This is what the most important thing is now we're factoring in a 50 basis point hike instead of a 7.5 basis point hike, and the market likes this. We don't like interest rates. Okay. RTY, plenty of room for hourly, higher low. I beat that dead horse. YM, did we get a weekly bull break? 33.434. No, we are not over that level yet. 33434. RTY got a weekly bull break. NASDAQ has got a weekly bull break last week. But now we're waiting for ES to catch up in YM, and they're not there yet. All right. VIX. I noted this morning in our futures chat room that we had this rising wedge on VIX, and I said that was a market tailwind for bulls. I'm drawing this real quickly. Please don't judge my trend lines or I'll judge yours. Potential rising wedge on the hourly on VIX, and that's bullish for the market. And this was set up prior to CPI data being released. Oh, wow. Let's go look at that. I have an Ethereum position right now. Big bull break. I need to sell some. 1 second, y'all. Again, I'm normally not this scattered unless it's a big data day, which is today is that day. I am selling some from oversold. Okay, out. Okay, so Bitcoin, you have plenty of room for 5-minute higher lows, 15-minute higher lows, and hourly higher lows. Okay, so Ethereum, plenty of room for hourly higher low on a pullback. Look at this volume, y'all. Look at this squeeze. Oh, which one did I have? Here. I was super organized this morning, I swear, y'all. Look at the squeeze on YM. So I was noting the squeeze earlier this morning and that we were holding the 50 RSI, and I was poised and ready for a potential bull move because of the VIX hourly rising wedge, the 6 hour holding the 50 RSI, and we had squeezes on so many charts. Hang Seng was red last night, but China has some very specific things happening to them that is specific to China. They say they have COVID issues right now. I don't know what COVID issues into the degree, but they are. And also, they are making more maneuvers against Taiwan. And overall, they had a pretty red night, down 2%. That's significant. DAX is only up 0.28%. Did they respond? Yep. So Germany responded bullishly to CPI as well. So let me get back to Bitcoin and make sure you have all the levels you need. Paul White, higher lows are important when you're in an uptrend. So let me see if I can show you this. We have plenty of videos. If you're a TCG member, we have tons of free videos. If you're not a TCG member, we have a lot of videos on our YouTube channel that are free to the public as well that are related to this topic. So this is a series. Let me type it out because we get this question more than anything else. That didn't work. Okay, I won't draw them all. Y'all got the point. And then here we have a higher low. And then a higher low here. So in the context of whatever time frame you're looking at, if you have a series of higher highs and higher lows, this is a bull trend. The same thing goes for lower highs and lower lows. This is a bull trend, the bullish chart. The moment that you lose these higher lows, a higher low here. Now, if you pull back and you lose this higher low, you are no longer in a bull trend. Does that make sense? So if you are a trend following trader, which I suggest the majority of traders, especially those that are struggling to be consistently profitable, be a trend trader. You don't get any extra points for being a contrarian. And some people, when you're a newer trader, you like to get cute. Don't get cute. Trade with the trend. Now, there are huge opportunities on oversold bounces, and our mentor and founder, Dan, it's his specialty. But my comment is it is reserved for consistently profitable traders who have more experience, because it can really, really hurt you. It is hard to be a counter trend trader. It requires a specific skill set and patience that you can only get from experience. So, with all that being said, now let me go back. Oh, no problem. On Bitcoin, is it a bear channel? Let me remove everything. We got a nice long lower wick developing on today's candle, which still has many hours left to go, but of bulls buying the dip. But if you look at it on the daily, we did lose this little bitty higher low here at 22852 overnight. We hit 22669. So yes, we got a daily lower low, but bulls are buying up that dip pretty quickly here. And on the weekly, we're looking for a lower high compared to 32283. So overall, yes, crypto has so much work. I like to say they have their construction hats on. If you're a bull, this is going to be terrible, and I'll probably be banned from ever drawing again. But they got to put their construction hats on. At this stage of the game, they are up against all kinds of bears overhead. They have to have their construction hat on. And I like to say that we're rebuilding. So this is the floor, this is the ceiling, and you're kind of doing the stairs up, which is the series of higher highs and higher lows. Okay, then you go up to that first story, and then you start laying all the foundation for the second story, and then you build your way up over here. Okay, and then up to the third floor. So it's a lot of construction required to repair this chart. This chart requires a ton of repair. Ethereum. This chart has enough room for a weekly higher low, more convincingly actually than Bitcoin. It's definitely had some relative strength. Has enough room for a weekly higher low, But this chart has a lot of repair required. This pretend like these were the floors and we had floor 20, floor 21, floor 23, 24, and they just ripped it all out. And now we're down like on the 7th or 8th floor. In order to get back up to those higher highs, we've got a lot of repair to do. There we go, ES crossing 4,200. But we are not over that 420225. What is it? 4,20225. And I would say we would have a bull break over 4205. It needs to be convincing. We don't have it yet. All right. Oh, that's awesome, Joka. I'm glad you got a good trade on ETC. Gold looks like it's bouncing nicely and dollars pulling back. Yep. So let me look at it on the weekly and show you, no, the monthly. So yesterday we had a pretty important day. So for the month of July, the high in gold was 1815. Yesterday we hit 1817. So we broke July's high by $2 and then we started pulling back a little bit. Well, today this is a more convincing bull break over July's high. So we got that nice long lower wick on bulls buying the dip in the month of July, and now we're over the high of July, and now we got to go deal with the 8 EMA overhead at 1831. And on the hourly, we're coming from a lower low. We got, is this a higher high? 1811. No, that was a triple top. We got the higher low at 1803, a double bottom, and now we're popping on volume. Stop it, Luciana. Get out of my brain. Look at what I have here. Bank of America is the only long I came in today with as far as ideas for y'all. Bank of America was my favorite long. So that's funny that you said that. All right, oil. On oil, I'm trying to keep my wits about me because this is a beautiful monthly chart. And so I'll explain what I mean. This is a beautiful chart. You show me this chart, and this is a trend following. Let's do it. Lower high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Higher high. Now, where's the higher low? This is a bull trend chart. And I'm saying this so loudly, and I'm not really yelling at you, I'm yelling at myself, because this daily chart makes me want to short the crap out of oil. But that monthly chart it's not congruent with this. This is a daily bear flag that's forming. It's not confirmed. It would have to break the low of 87.01 in order to confirm this daily bear flag. 8 EMA is suppressing price and has been for a while, for about 6 weeks now. So I'm getting my head straight. Yes, this daily chart, gosh, it looks so bearish. Look at that monthly chart. Where's that higher low going to stop? Where is it going to stop? So now we have a 15-minute higher high. We have plenty of room for a higher low on any pullback on oil. All right, nat gas. Oil, we have inventory today at 10:30 Eastern. Resistance 7.907, 795, and you have support at 7705. So let's do the same thing we just did for oil for nat gas so we can have our heads on straight, okay? So the monthly, we're in an uptrend. I would not say this is a cute chart. Matter of fact, I would say the opposite. It's super ugly in general, sloppy, but it is a bullish chart. Look at this bounce. We came down, we pulled back almost 50% to 5325. I think it ended up being like 45%. And we bounced straight to a higher high. That was an impressive bounce by the nat gas bulls. And now, where is the weekly higher low? So on oil, I was banging the table on the monthly. Yep, we're still not through ES resistance yet. I was banging the table on the monthly higher low. On nat gas, this is the weekly higher low. So we're on a lower time frame from monthly to weekly, and we're holding the 8 EMA. Where's that higher low going to be set? And you go look at this chart and you're like, wow, that's ugly. So we pull back to hourly lower low, and on a bounce, we're still looking, we would odds favor an hourly lower high. However, nat gas bears, don't get too complacent. You've had fun back here, but don't get too complacent. We are looking for that weekly higher low. Apple, I was going to say top fish 16582. And then the CPI went and threw out all my typed wonderful notes and setups. They're all gone now. So here is where we are. If you don't have a long position, you're like, crap, what am I doing now? Everything is messed up and it's running without me and I have no position. Here's what you do. This is going to be your best friend today, okay? 5 minute oversold. Tell me on back burners, on outsized moves. If you're looking at a name that doesn't have an outsized move, then forget about the back burner concept. But here, your friend today is going to be, well, I'm going to be your friend. I'm your friend first. And then stair step pattern. And then 5 minute back burners on names that had outsized moves. That's going to be your friend today. Again, if you're a TCG member, I'm going to share all my notes with you. And a lot of them can be thrown away now because of CPI, but I will share my notes with you. And I didn't introduce myself, and we're almost done with the show, so that's okay. But this is who I am, at Chart Galore. You can give me a follow on Twitter. Check us out at chartguys.com. And what I do here every morning is I try to get you ready for the trading day. It's always chaotic on days where we have data. Thanks for bearing with me. All right, let's go look at Amazon. Amazon is not through the 14423. Let me pull this up real quick. This was yesterday, and I want to show you this so you can get your bearings. Look at Microsoft. Apple closed slightly green, but overall technology was green. What was pulling down the market? Semiconductors. So do you see this? This is the brightest of red. If you're over -3%, you get the bright red. Now take a gander at that. Intel down 2% yesterday. Nvidia almost 4%. Micron had bearish news. Nvidia had bearish news, and it really hurt the overall sector. This is the engine for the market. Technology. Semiconductors, I always say, is the fuel for this engine. We were at odds yesterday. So when you have sectors that are strong versus weak and you're kind of doing a bear and bull struggle, you'll have a balanced day and go sideways. Well, guess what was super red as well? Consumer discretionary. They had a rough day. So a lot of us equate Amazon and Apple, or Amazon to Microsoft, or Google to Microsoft. They are in different sectors. Now, Amazon is part of XLK, so it kind of gets, or QQQ, it gets a little confusing. But Amazon and Tesla are closer kissing cousins than Microsoft is to Amazon. So please remember that. So that's why this chart looks different than this one. You see the difference? Look, Apple's already through the high of yesterday. Amazon isn't. And then what did his kissing cousin do to it last night? Elon sold almost $7 billion worth of Tesla stock for Twitter fees, so he can consummate his relationship with Twitter. Okay, well, that's going to hurt its first cousin, Amazon, as well. So Tesla, I think I typed in my notes. Let me go read my notes. Tesla, with Musk selling almost $7 billion, it's a fundamental short, yet these bulls have opposite day every day. So on Tesla, we're already breaking through that 879. I still think Tesla's a top fish, but I'm not going to stand in front of these hungry hippo bulls. But I would say if it gives me a nice opportunity to short Tesla, I will be shorting Tesla. That was fundamentally bear news. I don't trade fundamentally bear news alone. However, I do think that, I know, look at this. Tesla's been way weaker than all the other names we just looked at. Nvidia. Y'all are cute, Joka. All right, so Nvidia, they had news on Monday. They lowered guidance from 8 billion to 6 billion. They don't have earnings until August 24th, but they guided down Monday, and it's really been hurting this whole semiconductor sector. It looks like they're finally getting a good dead cat bounce going, but remember, it's just a dead cat. What are they really going to change here on the daily? What do odds favor, barring any news? A lower high, and actually we have a pretty nice setup for Head and Shoulders. Just saw that. It's not coming from a really clear uptrend, but I'd say it's enough to count. So I'm looking for a right shoulder here on Nvidia. I'm looking for a top fish on the daily, looking for that daily lower high. I don't know if that will be today. If the market is bullish, I'm not going to go fight these bulls. I've got other things I can do that are more productive than fight bulls. Bank of America is a long for me today. I wanted us to be able to bottom fish 33.41. Somebody asked us about this, and I'm sorry I'm not remembering the name, in our room. They asked about Bank of America yesterday, and I love this tight pattern. Really thought it was beautiful. Look, I was holding the 50 RSI. but we're breaking bull now. But if you don't, so obviously I didn't get to put this trade on. So my anti-FOMO is tell me when we get first oversold, and I could sit here all day long and wait for that trade. And if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, but that's fun too. ENPH, I was going to top fish this one, but this trade is busted. So this trade is busted. Phase, I'm not going to do that one either. Phase, I have on my notes. Ninjas only, low float, potential 4-hour bull flag, caution, caution, caution. This got a lot of volume yesterday, 12 million, and the average volume is 2.2 million. It's a low float. So if you're looking for some volatility and you're a ninja, you may want to trade this one, but if you are not a consistently profitable trader, stay away from that. JMIA, they had earnings. They're up 13%. They have a heavy short float. Let's go back to FinViz. What is their short float? This can be up to 2 weeks delayed here. Short float, 7.6%. So that's not very high. I thought it was higher than that. Okay, either way, I'm looking for a back burner on JMIA and TTD. TTD has a tendency to have really outsized moves. When it gets going, and it's really cleared a lot of these areas. Its next resistance, 71.60. So I didn't know if this was going to be a gap and go or gap and crap either way. Even if it gapped and crapped, I wanted to buy a pullback down to $60 for a bull flag, but it's breaking bull along with everything else on the CPI reaction. But I will have TTD on my list today. I will be watching it for volatility. NVAX, I still like for a top fish. I guess I had 3 longs this morning. Bank of America, JMIA, 4, Phase, and TTD. Okay, NVAX is another top fish. They had the worst earnings in the history of our second quarter 2022 earnings. They win the trophy of having the worst. So I'm looking to top fish 44.40. Yesterday, I had my box in this area. If you kind of stuck with that, it worked on the short. I'm looking for another bounce to short on NVAX. That was terrible news. Good question. So Ramon says, Lori, what's the probability of a pullback at market open? I would say it's pretty high. With short, now I'm talking out both sides of my mouth. I did tell y'all RSI is not as important when it's news related, which this is. But until you get through, say it with me, folks, 420225 on ES, we got a weekly double top. Look at this RSI, 88 on the 5-minute. That's a top fish for me. And anyone who missed this move will say, okay, for a 15-minute bull flag, as long as we hold 4177, that's where the 8 EMA is. That's where 0.382, a bull flag's alive. And then you just wait for that first pullback to buy, or you wait for the 5-minute back burner. All right, I think that's it for me. I really enjoyed having y'all this morning. We had a lot of people on here. Before you exit, if you could hit that like button, that'd be wonderful. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGalLori. TCG members, I have notes for you, but again, they are crappy notes. So they were actually good notes before CPI. So I will share those with you. And use stop losses out there, folks. Dang it, Alejandro. I can't say no to you. You asked so nicely with a smiley face. LI looks good. Of course, it's popping with CPI reaction, but this is Asia related, and Hang Seng was down 2% last night. So any type of Asia related name like Baba, Neo, LI, I think they're going to be top fish candidates against yesterday's high. Okay, now I'm really leaving. Bye.